When you're a big, bold, brash personality like Deion Sanders, everything you do is going to be put underneath the microscope. But that doesn't mean it's always negative. Sometimes it's positive. And right now, Deion is delivering in the transfer portal to help Colorado look like a potential contender in 2024 once they join the Big 12. Let's talk about the recent addition by the Buffaloes as Will Sheppard of Vanderbilt will be committing to Coach Prime's roster for 2024. If you are new here, welcome on into the channel. My name is Cole Thompson. I'm a radio show host based in Houston, and I talk college football daily. So if this is the type of content you enjoy, plus coaching searches, the transfer portal, bowl eligibility, and a bunch of other nonsense, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment telling me your thoughts on what Deion has done so far via the transfer portal. Tell your friends, your family, your mortal enemies, your best of bros, your entire church congregation, the drunk dude passed out in the Publix parking lot, Colorado fans and college football aficionado fans everywhere about this channel, because we're on the race and so damn close to 1,000 subscribers. Then we're going to 5,000, then 25,000, and 100,000. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get there. So jump on in while the water's fine. Go ahead and give me a follow on social media at Mr. Cole Thompson, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I just call it Twitter. That way, the flow of conversation never has to stop. Will Sheppard is a proven commodity at the SEC level, and now he is hitching his wagon to join Deion Sanders and Prime up in Boulder for 2024. Let me just make this abundantly clear. This is not a run-of-the-mill wide receiver who couldn't get into the premier schools of the SEC, but he wanted the bright spotlight, so he hitched his wagon to Vanderbilt. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the most consistent wide receiver who would have returned to the SEC for 2024 if he had strapped it up for the Commodores. He was very much about as clean cut and polished as you could possibly ask for. Let me give you a stat line real fast. Kid has over 150 receptions, 21 touchdowns, and over 2,000 yards since 2021. There is one receiver in the SEC who can bout that claim alongside Shepard. It should have been the Fred Biletnikoff Award winner, Malik Neighbors. You know, the kid who's going to go round one, probably somewhere in the top 15 picks, and was a security blanket for Jaden Daniels on his quest to win the Heisman. That guy barely squeaked past Will Sheppard. This is a highly productive wide receiver who's going to be a blanket and a go-to target for Shepard as they make the jump from the Pac-12 to the Big 12. And more importantly, this is a guy that you do not need to coach up. He is a leader in the locker room. He is somebody that people are gravitated towards. And also, he's basically exactly what you want for jump ball situations inside the red zone. He can change the course of a game. This past season, 8 touchdowns, over 600 receiving yards, 48 receptions, averaged roughly about 14.6 yards per play. The kid was a human highlight reel for the Commodores. And now he's leaving the bright lights of Nashville and he's headed up to Denver, or Boulder in this case. And he's going to be an impactful player. This is a guy who should replace Xavier Weaver on the outside. He should come in right away, build that rapport and that relationship with Shedeur. But once again, this is Deion not accepting mediocrity. And I'm not here to say that Sanders is going to change the entire outlook of Colorado in 2024. I'm not going to fall into that trap, and neither should you. This is about building off of the foundation that was set in stone. 4 wins was expected this year. I hate to break it to all the Colorado pundits out there that want to break the norm and say that Deion didn't do what was delivered. No, Deion did exactly what was expected. How we got there was not. I don't think many people thought you would lose to a Stanford and beat a number 17 TCU, or you would find a way to collapse in the fourth quarter against USC, but then beat Nebraska. I'm not sure many people thought that was going to be the formula, but 4 wins was always the preseason expectation. So for those of you that want to continue to sit here and talk about what Deion didn't do, how about talk about what Deion did do, which was beat a ranked team, become an overnight sensation, and bring more eyeballs fixated on Boulder, Colorado than any time ever in the history of college football. And this includes the year that they had a Heisman Trophy award winner on their roster in the backfield. So when you get to that level, you've done something pretty good. The way that Deion continues to work the transfer portal in his favor is definitely something to admire, but it doesn't stop here. You know, you go look at what were added over the last few weeks, primarily on the offensive line. It's a good start. It's not the end, though, and it's why you have to continue to build. Tyler Johnson coming in as an interior offensive lineman, likely your left guard, will stabilize your passing protection, but it doesn't mean the job is finished there. You got to continue to add. Same thing with adding in Yakiri Walker from UConn and going out and getting Matthew Bedford, an offensive lineman from the likes of Indiana. You got to continue to build. And this starts by just getting the right names on the recruiting trail. I am a pure believer that, yes, you can add in hot commodities that should stabilize your roster, but the only way to see continued growth is by building from within, especially in trench play. When you look at the offensive linemen and the defensive linemen that become household superstars, 9 times out of 10, they're homegrown. So that's where Deion's got to work next. Convincing players to come to the University of Colorado, not just join the University of Colorado, which in my opinion is a completely different factor. Come to the university means join us as a freshman and be a part of the foundation that we're laying in place. Coming to the university, joining the university, that more so is like, hey, we're already just need some veteran guys. You fit the bill. Come be a part of the process. That's the difference between these two. But he is somewhat doing that. 5-star offensive lineman Jordan Seaton is going to be in Boulder next year, and that's about as good as you could ever get. It's so funny. Like, the dude didn't even consider Colorado as an option, and then he goes on FS1 and says, yep, I'm going to go join Deion. And now all you have to do is make sure that pen touches paper, and once he's locked in, now you're building something. But another good move by Deion so far in the transfer portal. There's a reason why the Buffaloes rank #1 in every single ranking, because they have done the most work so far via the portal, and they're nowhere near close to being done. Add in another proven wide receiver, get yourself a hot commodity at tight end, continue to fortify your defense, offensive and defensive lines primarily. You do that, I'm telling you, bowl eligibility should be on the table for Deion Sanders, not college football playoff. Let's not go put the wagon before the horse. I'm talking to most of you hot take analysts out there that continue to do this all season. But if you get the right guys like Will Sheppard, you're building something for the foreseeable future. And next future, meaning next year, is really profitable. I'm telling you, a guy like Will Sheppard comes in and changes the course of your entire offense in an instant. Physical, big, and more importantly, stable. Exactly what's needed in Boulder for 2024. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. Don't hit the X button yet. Make sure you hit subscribe to keep up with all of our daily content found on Just Saying It and anything else that we post on this channel. Bye.